So Shopify just recently released the new version of Shopify CLI and it's version 3. Now in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install Shopify CLI version 3 on a Windows computer. More on that after this intro. But before we start this video, I'd like to announce that I've recently updated the new course or the course Shopify Liquid Programming. And there I've added 3 new lessons and it's about sections and schema. So if you'd like to learn about how to use schema, how to create sections and customize a section, you can check out the course. It's in the description below. And if you're not a student, then you can use the coupon code LIQUIFY to get 30% off. Once again, everything is in the description below. Check it out. Okay, so welcome back to WeeklyHow. In this lesson, we're going to learn, or in this video, we're going to learn how to install Shopify CLI version 3. So open your browser and go to shopify.dev. And in this page, open the themes page right here in the navigational bar. Click the themes. And then in this page, open the developer tools right here. And then we should have Shopify CLI, open that, and then open the install page. And in this page, it will show you a guide how to install Shopify CLI on macOS, Windows, or Linux. But we're not going to talk about macOS and Linux. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're not going to cover that. We're just going to install Shopify CLI on a Windows computer. Okay, so if you're using macOS, I think I do have a lesson on my course. So with that said, here we do have the following table requirements, and for Windows you need to install Node.js and its version should be 14.13.1 or higher. Now I'd like to mention that I do have Node.js on my system already, so if you don't know how to check that, you can open a terminal on a Windows computer, open your search bar and search CMD, and it should open the following window. And here you can type node space -v, and it should give you the following version. So as you can see, I do have version 18.12.1. So that means my version is higher than 14.13.1. Okay, so that means I'm good there. However, if you don't have Node.js, you can go to node.org, I think, or you can just search Node.js download, and then here open the download page of Node.js, and then make sure they're using the LTS version or the long-term support. Now, if you don't know what is Node.js, Node.js is a package manager tool. Allows you to install packages such as React, what else? Let me think. Or Shopify CLI. Okay, so jokes aside, this is what you're going to use to install Shopify CLI now. Previously, you will need to use Chocolady, if you remember that. You will need to use choco command and then install Shopify CLI. But now, you will have to use Node, and it's already a package, which is good, honestly. So without further ado, stop talking and let's install Node.js. I'm going to select the Windows installer, and it should download the following. Now I'm going to open this. Now, if your download is taking a while, pause the video. I'll wait for you, okay? And then once that's downloaded, open it and unpause the video. And you should have the following setup. Welcome to Node.js setup wizard. And then here, click next. And then, as you can see, I do have Node.js already installed. So it's going to ask me to either change it, repair it, or remove it from my computer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remove it first and then reinstall it. Okay, does that make sense? So I'm going to remove this and then click remove. Now, again, if you don't have that window or that selection or options, then don't do anything. Just wait for me to remove the Node.js first, and then I'll show you again the installer. So let's just wait for it to be removed. Have some patience. All right. Okay, so it's removing the backup files. That's good. Click finish. And then I'm going to download it once again. You don't have to do that. You can use the same file. And then here I'm going to open this once again. And this time, it should give me the right setup. Okay, click next, and there it goes. You can see it's not asking me to remove it again. So here, just accept the license agreement. If you want to read this, then feel free to do that. I'm not going to stop you. And then, hold on, accept, click next. And then I'm not going to change the directory. I'll just install it to the following, okay? The C drive, the program files folder, and then Node.js. Click next. And then here, I'm not going to change anything. I'm not going to touch anything here. I'll just click next. And then for this one, I'm going to just leave this checked because I'm using Python. Okay? So you don't have to do this, honestly. But since I am developing web apps or applications using Python, then I'll just keep this checked. Okay, you don't have to do this, but you can feel free to follow along. You can check this as well if you want to learn Python or develop things using Python. Okay, keep it checked. Now click next, click install, and it should give me the following, and it should give me a user account control. I'll just click yes. I don't think you're gonna see it on my recorded or recording, but if you get the following like user account control window, just click OK. That's good. Okay, and once that's clicked, it should start installing, and there goes. You can see now it's completed. I'll just click finish, and it should open a new terminal, the following CLI, and then it will ask you to install the modules, okay, the native modules. This will require you about 3 gigabytes of free disk space plus an necessary space and so on. Feel free to read this, but basically this will just install Python and the VB or VSB tools necessary for compiling Node.js native modules. I'll just press any key to continue. And then for this one, it's going to ask me to use Chocolatey to install packages. That's okay too. Press OK to continue. And it should start, or it should give you another UAC control or UAC window or user account control. Just click OK. And it should give me the following Windows PowerShell, and it should start installing Python as well as the Visual Studio tools. Okay, so now it's done. I'll just press enter to exit, and we can open terminal again. But since I already have it here, I'm going to close this. Make sure that if you open CMD or command prompt, close it after you install Node, because it's not going to work if you just use the same command prompt, okay? Just make sure that you refresh everything or reload or restart everything. Not your computer, but your command prompt. And in this terminal or command prompt, I'll type node space -v, and it should give me the following version, 18.12.1. Okay, so that means we have installed Node.js. Now the next tool that we're going to use, or the next thing that we're going to do, is to install Ruby plus DevKit version 3. And I believe I already have Ruby plus DevKit here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to type ruby-v. And it should give me the following version, Ruby version 3.1.2. Okay? So with that said, I'm going to install Ruby plus DevKit once again, just for you, okay? I'm going to click the following Ruby installer for Windows link. I'm not supposed to do it that way. I'm going to open this in a new tab, like so. And here, I'm going to download the Ruby plus DevKit version 3.1.2-1, okay? The one with an arrow, and it's highlighted. It's bold, okay? That's what I'm going to download, not without DevKit. Do not focus on without DevKit. Focus on with DevKit, the one with an arrow. I'm not sure if you get that right, with an arrow, okay? So I'll just click this to install it or download it. And that should take a while because it's quite big, 132 megabytes. Okay, so now that's done, I'm going to open this to install Ruby plus DevKit, and it should give me the following installer. And feel free to read the licensing agreement if you're that bored. I accept the license and click next. And here, I'm going to install the MSys2 development toolchains. If you remember, there was a note. Make sure that you select MSys2 component and MSys2 base installation option. Okay? So that's what they're talking about. You need to install this as well. So MSys2 development toolchain. Make sure that you check that. And if I check that, as you can see, it's saying, attention, MSys2 is already installed or present in the following directory. It will be deleted now and then reinstalled. If you have Ruby plus DevKit installed, that's what it's going to do. It's going to reinstall it. Okay? So click next. Before we continue, once again, make sure that you check the MSys2 development toolchain. Okay? Click next. and you should start preparing the install, or you should start installing. And if you take a look here, it's uninstalling my Ruby, and it should install it once it's done. Now, this is one thing that I noticed. It's a long process. Installing Shopify CLI, especially if this is your first time, it's a long process. But if you're a developer and you've been using Node, you've been using Ruby, Git, then I think it's a short process. But if this is your first time, yeah, it's a long process. You need to install Node, you need to install Ruby, you need to install Git, you need to install Bundler and 7-zipped. No, it must be really exhausting for new developers. But I admire those learners, and you gotta keep going with that to learn Shopify development. Okay? So this is gonna take a while. Just speed it up. And now it's done. The next thing we're going to do is to ensure or to make sure that the run RIDK install is checked. Especially if this is your first time. If this is your first time, make sure that it's checked to install the MSys2 and development toolchain. Okay? Now, with that checked, I'll click finish. And then it should give me the following CLI. And then here, I'm going to select 1 and 3. You don't have to select the MSys2 system update. By default, it's going to select 1 and 3, as you can see right over here, okay? So I'll just press enter, and it should start installing the MSys2 base and then the MingW or MSys2 development tools. But it will give me a few warnings here and there, which is normal. You don't have to worry about that. And there we go, as you can see, everything is being updated. And it's also going to skip everything because I already have them installed. And then here, install MSys2 and MingW development toolchain is successfully installed or succeeded. So we can just press enter. We're not going to do it again. Press enter. And then we're going to reopen terminal or command prompt. I'm going to close this. Like I said, make sure that everything is restarted before you continue. Okay, so now that we have installed Ruby plus DevKit, let's check that by using the terminal or command prompt once again, cmd, and then I'll type gem-v. And there we go. As you can see, I do have the version 3.3.7. And if I type ruby-v, I do have the version 3.1.2. But the problem is I already have Shopify CLI installed. So if I type Shopify version, as you can see, now it's using the node, and it's going to give me the version 3.20.1. And there's an update, look, 3.21.0. So how can we get rid of this? So we can use the command npm. Remember, you do have node already. So node-v, you do have the following version, npm-v, you do have the following version 8.19.2. Okay? So to uninstall Shopify CLI, just so I can reinstall it again, I'm going to use the command uninstall. So npm uninstall. And then the command that we're going to use is uninstall and then specific package at Shopify CLI and then at Shopify theme. This is what I'm going to uninstall. And also I'm going to use the -g because I was using it globally. Okay? So uninstall -g and then at Shopify -CLI and then at Shopify / I'm sorry. At Shopify /CLI space at Shopify / and then theme. Double check it before you do anything. npm uninstall, hold on. This is just for me, okay? Since I already have it here, since I can use Shopify CLI, I'm going to uninstall it for the sake of you, okay? So that I can install it again. But do not uninstall anything. Just watch me. npm uninstall -g at Shopify /CLI, blah, 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 blah. I'll just press enter to uninstall it. Okay? There you go. So now we can try to use the Shopify version. There you go. As you can see, now it's not working. It's no longer working because I uninstall it. Now to install it, guess what we're going to do? We're going to use the command install. You guessed it right. Good job. So npm install space -g global to use it globally. And then space the packages at Shopify /CLI space at Shopify /theme. Now, if you want to develop Shopify apps, now obviously you're going to use the @Shopify /app. Okay? But do not press anything yet. We need to double check because I don't know if I'm right. So open the apps page in a new tab, and then developer tools, Shopify CLI, and then overview. And then if we scroll all the way down, we do have the following @Shopify app package. Okay, so let's open that in a new tab. Click that, and we should have the following page. So we can use the @Shopify /app to create Shopify apps. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if we need this, or we can just use the command @Shopify create. Yeah, honestly, you don't need to install it now. So npx @Shopify create, you can create apps just by using Node. It's already installed by default. Okay? So no, you don't need to use you don't need this to create Shopify apps. Okay? Now, I'm not going to cover Shopify app here. Okay? This is just for Shopify theme. So npm install -g, just run the command. I'm taking so much time now here. Just install it and it should work. Okay, so now it's done. The next thing we're going to do is to verify if it's installed successfully. So we can use the command Shopify space version. But before we do that, I'm going to clear my terminal. So CLS, and then Shopify space version. Now if we press enter, there you go. As you can see, it started a node command. And then this time it's going to produce the following version. 3.21.0. There you have it. Now we have installed Shopify CLI on a Windows computer. Now let's try to create a Shopify theme. Let's try that. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this Shopify. So mkdir make directory, and then I'm going to that directory by using the cd command, change directory, Shopify. And then here, we can use the command. Let's just go back to the documentation and getting started, create a theme. And then if we scroll down, we can use the command Shopify theme init. Okay, let's scroll down. This is for installation. Let's just scroll down. We can use here. We do have the following instruction. In the terminal, navigate to a working directory. We've done that already. We did it already. We're in Shopify folder. And then we can use the command Shopify theme init, okay? Meaning initialize or create init, create a new Shopify theme. That's the Shopify theme init command. So Shopify theme init, okay? Press enter, and it should clone the Shopify theme called done. But before it does that, or before it creates or clone anything, it's going to ask you to name your Shopify theme. So we can just call this done. And then that should start installing dependencies. There you go. Now it's cloning. Now it's done. So let's try to use the ls command, or list. I don't know commands here. So okay, so it's now working. I think it's dir for Windows and then -s. So here we do have the following. There are no -h, dir. Oh, here. You can just use dir command. I'm sorry, I don't know how to use window commands. Okay, so now it's working. Just use dir, and then it should list all the folders or files inside of your working directory. So I do have the folder done. I can use the, let me just clear my terminal, CLS, and then use the cd command and go to done. And then here I can use the dir command. And I do have the following files: git ignore, assets, config, layout, locals, sections, snippets, templates, and so on. So if you have VS Code installed, you can use the code command and then just symbol to open the current directory. So if you run that command, it should open the following window. Okay? And here you do have the following assets. There you go. Templates, you do have the following JSON files, index, You do have the following section, cart drawer, etc. And there you have it. Now you have installed Shopify CLI on a Windows computer. Now you can start developing Shopify themes. Now, if you do have any questions or if you have any requests, let me know in the comments below and I'm going to make that video for you. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.